All right, Nathan, what are we doing today?
All right, so the Gemini is currently getting its brakes rebuilt, the calipers, and the master cylinder, so we let the professionals going to build that. So while we're waiting for that to get built, we thought we might as well jump on our little time project that we started a while ago, probably the end of last year.
Yeah, it's been a little while. It's been a few months.
Yeah, so we thought we would jump back onto the Go-Kart. This is where we were at last time, I think. This is mounted, seats good enough mounted. The rear axle is mounted, but now we're up to the nitty gritty stuff, and that's figuring out our rack and pinion and where our engine is going to go. So we kind of need to notch and bring things in and make engine mounts for this thing. So our goal today is to try and get this thing on 4 wheels.
Yeah, we want to see it sitting on its wheels.
We'll set a low goal.
Framed up.
Sitting on wheels.
We basically need to get this at a stage where it's framed up. Then we can look at what other parts we need to order and wait for them to come in. But we figured while we're waiting on the Gemini for a few other little bits and bobs, there's probably not enough to do for a whole episode on that at the moment. We thought, why not kill some time and work on this little thing. So first things first, we're going to get this engine mounted, we think, because that's probably the biggest thing. And then we'll basically build the rest off that. Because once that's sorted, then we can figure out how we're going to do our steering. We're going to figure out how we're going to mount it now, whether it's going to be a plate or square tubing. We need to figure that out. All right, let's see what we got, eh?
Yeah. So I need to make a plate that copies that. So 180. $1.80.
Is it square?
Yeah. That should be enough. I reckon we go a little bit higher than that because sweet. Should we drill the holes in this now?
Yeah, I reckon drill the holes now because it'll be a lot easier.
Yeah.
He's really thinking today. He's got his thinking cap on.
I don't know how to mark the holes.
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing.
I should have made a whole template.
I was looking just before. What if we just get some paper, lay it on the bottom?
Oh yeah, yeah,
we'll
like
transfer
dirty
it
it
over.
over with my finger.
Yeah.
Oh, I'll do that. I'll do that now.
Oh, but I have the dirty finger. I'll use my dirty finger to dirty the hole.
Okay. I'm just thinking because there's enough oil in this thing,
Oh, yeah, true.
it might just stick to it. Alright, give me your dirty finger.
Oh, no. Espanol.
Look at the oil coming through.
My dirty finger.
I need a line across here.
Where?
A line across this side. With your dirty finger. That's gonna be today's word of the day, dirty finger. Alright.
Perfecto mundo.
Yes.
Perfect.
Perfect size. Bang.
Perfect.
No shit's getting real when the handle comes out. That's because the first one I did, I went, bleh. We're getting fancy. I don't know why this makes a difference, but it feels like it makes a difference. This looks good. It makes your shitty homemade bracket look like a half decent homemade bracket. And it stops you from getting little splinters in your fingers. Ta-da!
Beautiful.
Just ignore how close these two are to the end of the plate there.
Lovely.
That's just testing the tensile strength of steel. Plate was a little bit short.
Oh, the plate was perfect size. Maybe a little short. Yeah, that's mint.
Alright. I'm feeling it. I'm feeling it.
Alright, so we just got to somehow bracket it.
Yep. see you looking around like, how am I going to make this work?
I'm looking around like, it's good there, I need to tack it.
Still got it. Still can't tack.
Still can pull the trigger.
Good.
Perfect.
Let's get the engine on it. Put it on, and now tack's just going. Look at that! Perfecto.
Done.
Alright, now what?
Now we work on steering.
Steering.
So I reckon we make a bracket to maybe mount that thing. Then we can cut it back.
Yep.
So how do you reckon we make a bracket for that?
I'm thinking just a bit of angle line across the front. Because then we could just have an angle line welded in and down. Because the angle line will sit sort of flat and down there and bolt straight into that.
Yeah, we could do that.
And then you just bolt it in from underneath.
Yeah.
Because I just want to make sure this has the right angle. And it looks like it does. Just we'll go straight underneath that.
Yeah.
So that'll be a low point, so when we hit something, that's what's gonna get damaged. You know, we might even get away with just going like that. Like that, and then just doing the shaft straight up.
How does it reach the thing?
Because this is supposed to go straight on.
Oh, under, and then just run a long shaft.
A long shaft up like that.
You know what? I honestly reckon this is what we freaking thought of, like the day we made this thing.
Yeah.
Was that we run that straight under.
Yeah, we've realised what we should have done is probably go back and watch the video that we made and talked about what our plan was, and we did this 3 or so months ago, and we haven't. So you probably know more than what we have. You've gone back recently and watched our old episode, which you probably should because it's a pretty good episode. I think, Nath, yeah, we run it straight like that.
I totally agree with you.
And then this,
We just extend that.
we just cut and
We
shut
can
it.
just cut and sleeve that.
Yeah.
So easy.
Why didn't we think of that before?
We can make a version 2.0 of Harry Potter's wand.
I love the sound.
Alright, that's cleared a few things up.
We've got a plan. So do we want to...
So we can get this thing steering today.
Potentially, yeah. Except we have no bolt to hold the wheels on, but we could use the zip plate.
Let's rip the engine off and bolt mount up that thing.
He's winging it here, there's no measurement.
I've got that angle in my eye. I'm just 40. You want 45? No worries, that's 45. Look at that, that's mint.
He's so happy with himself because he's just eyeballed this and got it pretty much dead on. Oh, perfect.
Oh, there's plenty of...
Alright, they're welded up. Now we can work on getting this rack mounted. So we'll put a bolt roughly there. It's good when the steel's rusty because you can see
You mark
where your line is. Alright, so we cut up our little bracket here, which is going to sit over like that. And then we had to make some bolts to fit, just perfect. These are too short. And if they're too long, they're going to go into the worm gear. And then we won't have a rack and pinion anymore, we just have a rack. We'll bolt this up, test fit it. Hopefully this works. Look, it feels reasonably firm.
Boom! That's it, welding that baby onto there. Tack on!
Tack it on.
Tack on!
Let's do that.
Yep. Yes, we're getting somewhere.
I'll be happy once this is in, and then
I will
I just
too.
want to see the front wheels on.
Yeah, I do too.
Ooh. That feels
solid, doesn't it?
reasonably strong, yeah. The moment of truth.
Woohoo!
Professional.
Very good.
Just clears it. I fluked.
Doesn't it?
I fluked where the bolts went. Okay. Ooh. We might need another piece of wood.
Oh yeah!
That's what we're talking about.
That looks sick. That's getting better.
Yeah,
that's looking
that's
better.
looking like the
It's
part.
getting there now.
Just gonna put some wheels on it.
Yeah, so we got to figure out how the hell to do that
So do we want to raise it?
to suit the spin.
At the moment, we'll just put some packers under it till we get it
we'll
right.
just pack her up to get it right.
And go from there.
Yeah.
Now, our biggest thing is making these things up.
You know what though? That actually might be easier than we think.
Just work.
Unless we go out this way, that's the only other thing.
Yeah, and then we could gusset
And then
it.
we can gusset it. Actually, it'll look good if we gusset it.
Yeah, we did
We
that
can
way.
just do a nice wing plate.
Just come straight out and then
Yeah.
just gusset it. Do the same thing as that.
Yeah. Well, then we'll just do it like that.
Yeah, I think that'd be the best way to do it.
Yeah. I don't want to burn my hands.
Me either.
Yeah, go for it. Just tack it.
It's gonna hurt.
Ow, that landed on my head. That's okay. Let's tack that.
Sacrifices were made.
I think we have it. It's pretty... It looks tough.
It lines up with the back wheel relatively well, so now we're just going to drill a hole, sink a hole into that, put a crush tube in.
Tighten it up, see what happens.
Yeah, pretty much. So these are our axles? What are they called? What do you call these?
Got no idea.
Our wheel arm things. Fixed wishbone suspension. I don't know any other words for it. These are the bits that are going to go on there. And I made us some crush tubes as well too, so that we can put our bolt through, which will then bolt onto our stub axle, and hopefully everything's going to be hunky-dory and it'll all work.
Hopefully.
Do you reckon the way that we're setting this up is the same way they do in like the Lotus factory?
Lotus?
Yeah, well, you know how Lotus make like the
This is how the V8 supercars are built, mate.
You reckon?
This is a V8 supercar jig right here.
I reckon. I'm totally eyeballing it to make sure that these are level.
Mate, this is a full tubular A-arm right here. Except it doesn't move, it's a solid mounted one.
What do we have here?
We have some we have some gazzetta. So we'll put these little bars in, just to give it some, because there's going to be a lot of weight, like on the end of this thing, because once that's there, these wheels are going to be pushing. So once the crush tube, that bar across there. Maybe we might need to come across and over. I don't really think we might. I don't think we need to.
Alright, so can I drill my holes now
So
then?
yeah, Michael's going to drill the holes through so we can bolt the spindles on, bolt the wheels on, put our links on there, so then we can make sure it all works, and then we can go everywhere.
It'll be more with the holes that we blow through it. Alright, holes are drilled. Now we need to slot our crush tube in.
Ooh, lovely, Danny! Well, we might as well.
Yeah.
Enough, is that?
Yeah, over. Wait, why have you gone outside? What have you done? Wow!
got
How
the
did
wheel,
you do
yeah.
that? When did you do that?
I painted it while you were away.
Wow, that looks legit.
How good, huh?
Yeah, well done.
But that looks good, yeah? I reckon it's going to look sick.
Yeah,
I don't know, I think it looks good like that.
I just realised I put this on backwards.
You put that on.
That's not the way that it works. It actually looks sick. What do you reckon?
I love it. What do you reckon?
Really well, yeah.
Oh, that looks sick, man. Oh my god.
I really want to get this hooked up now.
I really want to paint the rear tyres. Oh yeah, we got to cut that down, don't we?
Yeah.
Do you want me to cut them down and you drop the other spindle in? And I'll cut both them down?
Yeah, just cut it down.
And it's just working opposite.
Do you want a rough guide now?
Yeah, measure it up.
There, I reckon.
Done.
Cut that.
Yep.
I'll make up this other one.
Yeah.
Alright, so we cut these down, so now we see if it's going to work. You don't want to work, does it?
This is difficult. Maybe we got the wrong side.
So Nathan cut down our really long tie rod end, whatever you call that, to make 2 little ones, and the idea was we're just going to make tiny little spaces. But the trouble is, we can't get it to bolt onto the tie rod end. That is because one side works, but the other side doesn't. But this one here does bolt on, and the reason why is because these are different threads each side. This side bolts in, turn it around. This side don't bolt in. So I think what we're going to have to do is take these and hold them like that.
Okay.
Because then this side will bolt into this side. It's really annoying being the opposite thread. Because if we do this, right, I'll do this side up. And then if I come to here, I can do this side up. So they need to be welded together.
That's annoying.
Yeah. At least you get to work on doing your V's, your chamfers. I'll leave that with you.
Okay.
Have fun. Look at that!
Paint it black and it'll be perfect.
Looks good as. Now just gotta do another one. Hey, it works.
Oh, my white wall. How good's that?
That's working.
And it self-centers.
What do you think?
Now I gotta do another one.
Have fun.
There's so much effort in that.
I know, just for that.
Yeah. Alright.
Meanwhile, I am going to be working on making a frame to go from the top of this out and down to this frame to stop the wheel from going and getting any more cambered than it already is.
Can we just appreciate that white wall though?
Tell you what, it looks sick. It looks overkill, that's for sure.
What do you reckon?
I love it. Looks so sick. I'm happy with where we got today. I didn't think we'd get this far. I thought it was going to be a lot more problems.
You thought?
Yeah.
This has turned out way better than I thought it was going to turn out.
Look how sick it looks. I didn't think it was going to look like this.
No, neither did I. The track looks perfect.
Yeah. Pretty white.
For now. Oh, I love it. That's what we wanted.
Yeah. That was a good achievement. Seeing that.
Good work.
That looks so cool.
It doesn't look like a lot, but it is a lot.
It is. It's a bit of work.
I love the gussets, and I love the. I actually like the rack up front.
I think I love how it come out. I
Yeah.
love it. Yeah. Engine plate.
Wait.
It's going to be a bit of work in getting the engine to drive the rear,
Yeah.
but it's going to be worth it.
Oh yeah. It feels solid enough. Oh, so it just wants to steer forward because of the axles, I think.
Oh, yeah. Once it's got some drive in it, though.
Yeah, actually, maybe it's because it's got no weight in it.
Yeah.
You know what will fix that?
Put the engine on.
Yeah. Ready? Watch it. Watch it collapse the frame. That looks sick. It's gonna come back a bit there.
Oh my god.
Is it everything?
Yeah, it's everything I thought of, but better. There's a lot of faith in those tacks.
I know. You know what?
Comfy?
Put some like stirrups here or something. The steering's gonna be fine.
That looks awesome.
It's just a little bit low. Like we could extend it just to bring it up a little bit. And one, you're gonna be touching your exhaust.
Yeah, that's true.
So we'll bring it up. I kind of want you to push me. Can you push me?
All right, hang on.
Needs a steering alignment. Whoa. It's working. It doesn't like to turn because of the live axle. So either we run PVC permanently and have
Yeah, I think we'll just run PVC.
Do you want to go?
Yeah.
How cool does it feel?
Oh, it's actually quite not bad. Yeah, the wheel's going to come up a little. But I love how sketchy it looks down like this. If we come up, yeah, just about here.
Yeah.
Oh my God, I love this thing now.
It looks legit. Alright, so what do we got next to do? We're going to fully weld the frame, because it's just tacked at the moment and they're holding on really well. Then we'll need to
Figure out steering wheel.
figure out the steering wheel, like put a hoop bar in it so that we can actually get this thing mounted.
Yep.
Figure out probably where the brakes need to go, hooking up the brakes.
Yep.
Pedals.
Yep.
And then once we get that, then we can probably look at like
Getting it running.
running our chain, because we're going to have to run our chain down here, across, and then really sketchily right past here where your leg is.
Yeah.
Other than that, it's coming along really well. It looks like a little hot rod with that front end now. And I just love the way this works.
Made it. It looks so good.
Yeah, there's still a lot of things that we're going to touch up, like to make it look prettier, but this is a proof of concept and it's working. Anyway, if you've liked this episode, and I hope you have, please make sure you consider liking and subscribing to see how this thing ends up. Hopefully the next time we see this won't be as long as it was the last time, but Nathan and I are going away over the next couple of weeks, so you may not see us for a couple of weeks while we're doing that, because we're going to have a little bit of away time, but then we'll be keen to get back into the shed. And as well, if you haven't already mentioned it, we are heading to Motorex. We are going to be bringing, I think how many cars are we bringing?
Four cars
to Motorex to put on display there, and we'll be there for the entire weekend. So if you're interested in seeing any of the cars, please feel free to come by and say hello. We'll have our own stand there, believe it or not. We've been invited to take part. As always, a huge thank you to our major sponsor, Hackshop Garage. Without them, we couldn't do what we're doing here today. So please go and check out the website, because it helps us keep doing what we're doing here. Yeah, I guess until the next episode, whenever that may be. Sorry, we're going to have a bit of a break, guys, but we'll be back shortly. Until then, we'll catch you in the next episode. Meow.
That was good.
All right, Nathan, what are we doing today?
All right, so we're Dorito swapping the Gemini.
No.
I'm just using some plate that's there. It doesn't have to be that big. That'll do.
Pretty sure it's not pulling a lot of horsepower.
It's not going to be like, it's not a twerk monster. Twerk monster.
Twerk monster,
Torque
monster. That's two very different things.
It's been a while
Since we've got the welder out.
since I've seen through this mask. That welded
That'd
nothing.
probably help if it was on the chassis.
Nothing.
I just realised there's a lot of red in the shed today. Little red wagon, the big red wagon, and then the big boat.
The big Savlaki boat.
Savlaki boat. Is that not the kebab chariot? That's the Savlaki chariot?
Just ride in a big XF and just float over the road.
Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah,
Back in the day.
yeah. That's what I reckon.
I don't want to touch it and move it. I can't figure out what I'm supposed to do here.
I can see you love.
How did I do that? I just want to transfer it over this side. Why can't I think today? Close enough? Well, that square's
That's
not
not
good
square
anymore.
Is it alright? Because the paint on it's pretty thick.
Yeah, it's going okay. It's just gonna burn through it. That's what's kind of. That's why I'm doing a bad weld, because of the paint.
Meow, do you know what you're doing, Meow?
Not right now, I don't.
Meow, that looks like a sharp drill bit.
We'll figure it out.
We always do.
Until we don't. We always do until we don't. Do you ever feel like we get overboard with things?
What do you mean? We're only making a go-kart with rack and pinion, drive shaft as a steering, you know.
Front-mounted engine.
Front-mounted engine.
Even though everyone's like, just put the engine in the back, it's so much easier. And I'm like, yeah, you're right, but that's not the point.
Yeah, maybe we take things a little too far.